All right. How's it going, everybody? Making sure my settings are set up right. Let's see. Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Have it a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I think that should work. All right. Okay. So it's been a while. Oh, excellent! I'm already sewing on. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna jump on here. I got a lot to cover. Like I said, I'm doing these more stretched out, and we'll touch on that Feast of Bones stuff in a second. But I got a lot to cover. Got a lot on my plate between schools, painting, Age of Sigmar, all kinds of other cool things behind the scenes. So first off, I want to say thanks for everybody that's going to be joining us or chimes in or watches the video or supports FMP channel, Wargamers channel. I'm still working on some more stuff for our my individual shows. We're still working on our group shows. We do have something coming up for Extra Life, not this weekend, but next weekend. I will be streaming for 24 hours at a good friend of mine's establishment. We'll have the camera rack all set up. We'll be either playing some Warcry, some Age of Sigmar, games, just games, and it's all for the children. I'll throw a link up. And our goal is to get as many viewers in at that 24 hours to help us grow the channel so we can get more people on the channel to dual cast. Having just one of us talk all the time is kind of rough, but that's what's coming up. Watch for that. It's going to be a Friday night. It starts at 6 o'clock and it'll end at Saturday at 6. So it's awesome. Okay, so UK. So we know okay. Let's just jump in. So we've got a lot coming out. We got a lot going on. I'm an Iron Jaws player. That's been out for a while. We got Age of Sigmar. It's been out for a while. A couple weeks. We've got the White Dwarf with Slanesh stuff that's been out. And then we got the new stuff. So let's showcase what's the new stuff coming out, and then we'll go back into the old stuff, and I'll tell you what's been working with Iron Jaws, what's not. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll see what I can do to answer. I do know what's coming out on pre-order for next Saturday. I do know some sneaky, take with a grain of salt, but I have a feeling some other stuff's coming out here as well. So let's go to these new. Let's just go to the coming soon tab first, because I know this has been out, but let's talk about it. This box set, called it. Back in the day when they were just talking about this, the Tithe of Bone. The Tithe of Bone was a thing with the ogres, with the undead, and the way they did it, and the story arc, and the ogres like, oh, we're not doing no more, and I called the box set. You got the Tyrant model, you've got the freaking ogre models, you've got the Iron Blaster, you got Lead Belchers, you've got I'm so happy they threw the Morghast in there, because the Morghast fit because the aesthetics, and I think that's what they used with Nagash and a couple other individuals to help make this army the way it looks. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, one of the best ogre tyrants I've seen, especially new model. I love the paint job. I love the bloody fist with the bandages. I just love everything about that model. The big old freaking hammer. Reminds me. So I used to play World of Warcraft, old style, and I love Thrall with Doomhammer. And so that hammers like that make me feel like it's a Doom hammer, and I love it. So tool building weapons is great. Got the book. You got the General Grievous on the cover there. That's why I know it's not him, but that's why I just refer to people. Yeah, the undead guys with the General Grievous models, great. We've got the terrain. Oh my god, the scenery piece. Amazing, like straight up. I'm jealous. I mean, Iron Jaws players, we didn't get anything, so seeing all these other stuff, people get stuff. It's nice. I mean, it's a beautiful model. Reminds me of I don't even reminds me. I just think it's amazing. Almost kind of like a Necron field, though. It's almost like they took Necrons and Tyranids, smashed them together. You get these guys, and so like the obelisk and the kind of remind me of a Necron 40k style. Some chests there. Beautiful sculpt. I might pick one up to paint. I don't know yet. They got some dice coming. They got some cards coming. The endless spells, they forgot to put these on the site last night, and so they put them out this morning, and then they added it. So amazing job with endless spells. These are going to wreak havoc like any endless spell. Aesthetically, I think they're amazing. They're going to be good for conversions. Very good customization. Great paint job as well. Let's see here. Maul Tribes, the Ogre Maul Tribes. This book is going to be great. I'm actually probably going to get this book. I'll be a destruction. I think it would stick with destruction. I think that's gonna be I can't wait to see what's in there, like how things are looking. We'll see more throughout the week. Of course, you've got the Maul Tribes all together. Beast Claw Raiders. You've got the Lead Belchers and Ogres there. You've got the Morphings back here. You got a Fire Belly back here. I think that's a Man Eater right here. What else we got? Anything else? Any other little gems in there? Of course, you're not seeing the Cauldron, because there's the Cauldron. I called that too back a couple months ago. Cauldron as their scenery piece. Beautiful model again. I love this. This is going to have so much potential for people's display boards. I'm going to use it. I have a couple ideas now for that. Dice, data cards. And then, of course, you got the Lord of the Rings stuff. But then, on the other side of the fence, what they posted today, talking about these guys. All right, so the Death guys, I think are going to be great. Aesthetically, I love them. I love a new looking Death. I love the armor. I love the size of the models. Somewhat the story, I'm still waiting to see how the story pans out within the book itself. But I'm glad it's not Tomb Kings. I'm glad it's a whole different, like this, Middle Eastern type samurai kind of aesthetic, because this is going to be great for people painting. The thicker skeleton models, you're going to see more depth in the models. You're going to see, more customization. You can be able to do some amazing non-metallic work with all the armor pieces, and it's simpler. It's smaller pieces in some aspects, and it'd be easier to do it too. It's going to just pop. I know with the banner, I don't know if that's embedded in the banner or if it's going to be smooth. I have to see the bit on that one. I don't think it. I think they put the bit out. I just didn't see it. But yeah, beautiful models. Oh yeah, here we go. Here, see, they show the back end. They don't show you the front end of the banner. Or is these? Yeah, these are them. 1, 2, 3 legs. Yep. See, looks like a Necron body right there. Let's see what else we got here. The General Grievous models. So the story behind all this is that their souls mash together inside the bones, and they go out and do their thing. So the General Grievous models, I think, are great. The faces, I think, are amazing. Aesthetically, I think it's going to kind of hard to get used to them, but I like the other variants. I like so this guy has 2 big great swords. These guys have 4 small swords. And then you've got the guy with the freaking shield and the freaking halberd with his 2 hands. I like the shields and the halberds. I think those are going to be great. I think the whole souls combining in, it's supposed to be the elite version of these guys, of like the Stormcast version. And I'm not a big fan of people like, well, they're going to be the new Stormcast, but for Death. And I'm like, but they're not, because these guys are dead, and they're, these guys are filled with energy and lightning and their soul being torn apart every time they die, versus many souls, 4 souls, hundreds of souls put into one body. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was in someone's body with 4 or 5 different souls, I would be fighting for control. So maybe that's what this represents with these models. You've got the different, I think it's 4 souls that get smashed up into these guys, like the big champions. And so you have, who knows, they might be fighting for control inside. I don't know. I just think it's a cool thing. Of course, here's their sprues. I don't know if I can get a better picture. I like the spears. Like, so right here are your spears, or your halberds, however you want to call them. You get those with the 3 big shields. I'm a fan of that setup, honestly. So we'll see. They're probably going to get some kind of +1 to armor, or armor damage negate or something with those shields on them. And there's the model. Gorgeous model. Like, you could do so much. I'm not sure how big a fan I am with the little like shrine on top of their domes, but you know what? It makes them different. Like, this guy looks like he's smiling. I love it. This guy looks like he's a crazy son of a gun. I mean, I think it's great. I think they're gonna be a great kit. Let's keep going down here. So this dude, oh my god. So when they first released all this stuff, he was the one guy that didn't showcase. They showed him in like the video, and then they wouldn't say nothing, and then now they're showing him, like, you know, I call it the Coffin Man. Yes, the Master of the Bone Tithe. But I'm like, dude, he's Coffin Man. That's his new name, Coffin. And I remember these heads being part of the leaked rumor. And everybody's like, oh, ogres. Well, they weren't really ogres. They were the death, you know. But yes, ogres have heads on some of their stuff. Like the Tyrant has the Stormcast head in it. Again, another beautiful model. Like, the idea behind this dude halfway stuck out of his freaking, can't get the sarcophagus off his back, and he's carrying, you know, his staff and a little contract. So he's got his own war scroll battalion, like his own battle, or his war scroll. It's like, aha, you know, and I just think it's great. Games Workshop is doing massively awesome stuff with their products. And look how simple it is. That's his, you know, that's how many pieces he comes in. That's how quick it is to build him. Very small. I remember when these were like so harder to build, or they were like 2 pieces, or they're like hundreds of pieces. Now they're just getting very easily simplistic, and it's just technology, man. Technology's going great. Let's see here. Let's go to, we got them. We find the other, we got the video. What I'm looking for is a certain picture. Let me see if I can find it. I'm a big fan of these guys. I do recommend, if you're just thinking about getting a box, I have no prices. I know what's coming, what's going to be on pre-order. If you're thinking about getting that box, it is limited run. And okay, so this is a fact now. It's been a couple box sets, but every box set that Age of Sigmar comes out with so far has been sold out, or very, very close to being non-existent. For some reason, it's not the same in the 40K world. So if you're even thinking about starting any one of these armies, or you're like, you know what, good birthday gift for somebody, or you need to get your hands on a box because they're not going to be around. Like, they're going to just be kapoop, done. So you're thinking about it, don't think about it, just do it. Okay. Now the price on those boxes aren't, and here we go. Oh, I love this part. They're not that cheap. I think I found out they were through one of my sources. You know, so Mr. Owens, or FMP John Owens, has his secret scroll people as, you know, this Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Mine's gonna be we're gonna go what is it? Bill and Ted. We'll go doing Bill and Ted. You know, so Bill and Ted gave me some insight, and it looks like box sets will be $195. So they are kind of expensive, but you're getting a lot in that box set. Of course, we know books are going to be around $40 each. The War Scrolls are about $20 each for the box of cards. The Endless Spells, I think, are going to be about $20. Or no, wait, sorry, they may be $35 actually. $35, sorry. The Scenery piece, I believe, is $50. Dice are $25. The Ogre Scenery piece is $40. Dice for them is $35, which is really interesting. I can't wait to see why one's $25, one's $35. So yeah. So let's go dive in some more of this death stuff. Look at this art. Like, unbelievable. Like, this is beautiful. Like, they just keep outdoing themselves, in my opinion, with new armies at least, or when they redo a book, because the Iron Draw book is amazing too. A lot of reprints, but like, just beautiful art. Like, touche. Like, keep it going. You know, you got, what, those are pelvises or something? I don't know what these are. Are these monstrous skulls stuck in their things? Is that a spine and pelvis? I don't know. Who knows, right? Then you've got, I mean, this piece. Like, come on, like, a beautiful. You got was that the new Necromancer? I think he is. And then you've got the dude carrying the dude's head. You know, I mean, their faces. Like, I just think these are great. It reminds me of a sci-fi type environment, but not. And again, they're just more. They almost feel like they're not the famous famish type of dude. Uh, they're more hearty and have more skin on their bones. So I just think this is going to be great. What else we got here? I mean, look, the Tithe Bone. Look at them. They're all like, "Come on, don't mess with us." And that's the cool. The story arc behind these guys is they're not like regular armies that go in and annihilate people. They come in and go, "Hey, give me your bones. Let's strike a deal, and we'll leave you alone. Just uphold your bargain, uphold your your agreement, and you're fine." So I just think that's great. Like, yeah, they might be death, and people might confuse them as like soul hungry elves, or chaos bloodthirsty corn, or we need shinies and the big fight because it worked. No, these guys are just like, dude, we just want your bones. We got to keep our armies going. Look at this picture. Like, the art is like amazing. Like, they're fighting what, KO? Isn't that freaking the KO boat up top, and the the undead army there, and you've got just it's beautiful. Like, I just think it's great. Can't wait to see more. I can't wait for the book to dive in, read some of it, see what's going on, see some more of the story. Well done. Yes, the prices are something we expect. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but the hobby's not cheap, and we always know that. And it's not. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is, right? They got to make their money. What else we got? Let's talk about Slaanesh. Kind of going backwards. So the new Slaanesh stuff. If it's in your White Dwarf, if you haven't got the White Dwarf, you've got the new Slaanesh stuff. I'm not a big Slaanesh player, but what it looks to me is they give you the story behind this guy, and then they give you some battle tomes or not battalions, and they give you basically a new way of running Slaanesh with the Vengeful Alliance with 3 other battalions. So you got the War Scroll Battalion, that's the big battalion that has small battalions in them, and then you've got the smaller battalions. And what my impressions are is this gives you more depravity points, is what I've been gathering from the masses out there. Easier to cast things, easier to the soul grinders. You don't really see soul grinders a lot. There's a battalion with 1 to 3 soul grinders. I think that's great. Slaanesh, basically, they have to be Slaanesh. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by soul grinders in the battalion. Add 1 to save rolls for attacks that target soul grinders in this battalion. So it gives you, people to try to play some more, of these. What else we got here? We got Vengeful. Let's see. Deadly Symbiosis. When you receive depravity points because a friendly Slaanesh hero has inflicted a wound or a mortal wound, or has suffered a wound or mortal wound, you receive 2 depravity points instead of 1 if the Slaanesh hero. So you're just basically doubling your thing. So I think this is. I don't know why they needed it, but I think because people are not using the characters much, I think this is what gave it a different way to play Slaanesh, so people can play with the character more, make it more. Not say compatible, but better. That's cool. Great model. I still love this guy. I believe she used to be a soul grinder. In the White Dwarf, they give you a little story about all this. And some paint splatters too. They give you. They talk about the Realm of Heaven. They talk about some more paint splatters for 40k, Age of Sigmar. Pretty good White Dwarf. Like, so I'm only covering the Age of Sigmar, anything Age of Sigmar side. I leave everything else to Mr. John Owens himself, FMP Owens, Father Gabe. So we got that. So we got those coming. Sinesh came out, and then we had Cities of Sigmar and Ironjaws. So I've been play testing the heck out of Ironjaws. Soon, I'm not sure if we're gonna get it up on our channel YouTube. I'm gonna work on it, but on a friend of mine, Cody, over at Venomous Wargamers, I'm gonna give him a shout out. We played a kind of a, let's say, demo, but he had his Deepkin Ill army with Gore-Tex, the dwarf character, and then I had Ironjaws with more of a piggies and brutes. I'm still testing the waters on how I want to run my Ironjaws, and so we did an actual battle rep, and he's been working on editing that, and we're going to be doing some more live footage of games in the future, and I'm talking soon future. We're going to start live streaming all of our games on there too. So look forward to that. The game went pretty quick. Still learning Ironjaws because I think they're different than how they used to be. A lot of different ways you can play. Piggies are great right now. Watch out for charging pigs. They're going to do a lot of damage to you. Maw Crushers got better. The wall is amazing. It looks like casting. I got cool little tricks up my sleeve making a wall casting army. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, I tested it with one caster, and I was sniping characters off with my shaman, using mortal wounds with one of the spells he has. And you know, relying on one spell to do work is not the greatest, but it is very effective. So there's a lot. I'm still diving into this book. The Ironjaws I think are great. Iron Suns are great just because that first battle turn, you got a -1 to get hit, so that's always nice. I want to test out the Chappas because of the whole terrain feature. You can reroll your charge rolls within 12. The War Chanter able to affect 3 units instead of 1 unit with his Rabble Rouser. It's a command ability though, and it has to be brutes or boys, which is cool because the way I want to run my boys, I might use that. I don't know. The bravery with the was it +2 bravery, 18 inches holy with an 18 inch general. Yeah. They did do an FAQ on City Sigmars and Ironjaws and a couple other things today as well. Bone Splitters I think got a great buff. Some things got handicapped. They did FAQ something though today, and a lot of people are very upset about this. Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this. So the Drakfoot. The Drakfoot is an innate ability. The ethereal ability has no effect on attacks made by Drakfoot units. In addition, any ability that negates wounds has no effect. No wounds inflicted by a Drakfoot unit. So what that means is anything that had a shrug or feel no pain or anything like that that stop things, this would negate that. Now, of course, there's not a lot of units in the Bone Splitter armies that have Ren, so it doesn't really. You're not pumping out the damage in aspects of like trying to pull through the damage. But it's based off attacks. The Bone Splitter's got so many attacks. If they don't have a shrug, it's attrition. You know, the more dice you have to roll, the more damage you're going to probably take. Well, the FAQ today, Marathi can only ever take 3 wounds. Nothing ever stops that. That is a something that they talked about, especially with Drakfoot. And Ethereal Amulet still works. So the ability that's supposed to stop Ethereal doesn't stop Ethereal. So what ifs? That's GW's thing, right? The other thing that they touched in FAQ for Ironjaws is they did not touch on the Argoys battalion, so you can still lose 5 dudes in the battalion and get 10 back on a 4-up. That hasn't changed. But they did change the ability on, I think it's Iron Fist. So how it reads is once in each of your hero phases, the big boss from this battalion can use the Maya Destroy command ability, as if they were the mega boss and without spending command point. And I do believe they changed the wording on it. Let me get the wording right, because that one's a wording, not a change, like a massive change. Let's see here, errata. Let's see. No, it's not. Is it the errata? No, let's see here. Back up. Let's look at designer's notes, maybe. Let's find it here. Amulet. So this is what they're talking about, the Drakfoot. how it works. Big wall, bone splitters. No, maybe it was in the FAQ. Lord of Savage, Iron Fist. Up and Atom, right? Make sure that's what it's called. Yep, Up and Atom. So what they change is once in each of your hero phase, the big boss from the side can use the Mighty Destroy command ability without spending one command point. So they basically took out the confusing part, I guess, for people where it states about if they could use it as if they were a Mega Boss. So take that a lot, doesn't matter. They can use it, that ability, and it doesn't cost a command point. It's great. The Rip Tooth. Mega Boss on a Maw Crusher with Rip Tooth change if the unmodified save roll for an attack made with a melee weapon that targets a model with a Rip Tooth is 6. The attack unit suffers a mortal wound after all the attacks have been resolved. So that's another cool little thing. They're just fleshing out wordage. That's all it comes down to. But I think Iron Jaws are in a good spot now. I really do. Or I would say Destruction or Orcs, I guess, because we'll have them all try it. We'll see how the Ogres are. I think the Ogres are going to be great. Good book so far. Playtesting a lot. Will have to say, I do recommend Pigs. If you're gonna, War Chanter and Pigs are probably 2 common units you're going to want to use. The R-Boys are good. Bone Splitters, Spears, Shields and Spears, in my opinion. More, that's just my humble thing. But yeah, what else we got going on? We got that. Yeah, I've just been working on my Iron Jaws. I've been working on little things here and there, plus school. Lot going on. We got a lot of stuff for recording. We got some bat wraps coming. Yeah, I think it's. Can't wait to see what the new boxes are in December. The big battalion, big bottle boxes. That's gonna be really interesting. Something I found out from a resource, Bill and Ted, that there will be endless spells for Iron Jaws, Deepkin, and Nurgle. Man, take it with a grain of salt. But they will be separate boxes coming out soonish or laterish. I don't know the time frame, but they are coming. The reason I know this, Bill or Ted told me they knew I like my Foot of Gork. My Foot of Gork is gone now from my Shaman. And so when I watched the live stream Twitch, I talked about this last time, is they caught themselves saying that there's no endless spells in the book. Doesn't mean they're not getting any. And so I was told by Bill and Ted that there is a Foot of Gork endless spell coming with a couple others, and who knows what they will be. So that will be exciting. I can't wait to see some fishes, big old thing of like tunas flowing through the water, slapping people in the face for the Deepkin endless spells. Nurgle, no clue. Maybe just you got the corn skulls, right? Well, do like Nurgle type with like snot coming out or something instead of like blood through the eyes. Maybe it's snot through the nose. I don't know. Something cool. But yeah, it's great. We got Masters. Slambo went great. Stopped up there. We talked, and it looked like a great event. And now we're just finalizing the end of this month, and then we'll have the Masters, Texas Masters, end of January in Dallas at the Big Wolf Lodge. We will be live streaming the top tables as long as everything goes well. Yeah, man, just great time for Age of Sigmar. I still got Warcry going on. I think there are going to be we got some models waiting to come out. I got a couple other warbands still need to come out. I just think Warcry, once this last couple things come out, just if it just has a small pause, just to iron out some things, and I think it's gonna be great. Underworld. So you've got the new elves, and then you've got the goblins on wolves. Like those are new sculpts, but those are old models in my opinion, because those are old. Those used to exist back in the day. So I wonder where the Git mobs are coming back. What form are they coming back? Are they going to be in the Maw Tribe book? Are those models going to be in there? Who knows? Because you just got the Nobblers and stuff from Maw Tribes, and see where they sit. Be very interesting. Other than that, I don't think I got anything else for you. What am I working on? Pigs, small crusher mounts, freaking. So I have a couple ideas that I'm going to work on. I'm getting a couple models that are not orcs, and one of them is going to get turned into a war chanter, a conversion I'm doing. Shout out to one of the gamer groups out there. I'm not going to say who they are right now. I can't wait till the model gets done. It's going to be great. Also, I'm looking at buying a different type of orc and putting him on a Iden, the turtle from Deepkin, and using that as another Maw Crusher style orc on a Maw Crusher. Because I do have a turtle. Let's see, where's my turtle at? Oh, actually, I have 2 turtles. Let's see here. Maybe just get another Maw Crusher. I don't know yet. So if you get the turtle, so the turtle sits on like, he's pretty big size, right? So then you get like, Mega Boss on a turtle. I don't know, I'd have to create some kind of chariot, put him on a big base. That'll be my new, Maul turtle. But yeah, I've been painting up Gordrak as model. Been painting up, going back to models I haven't used, and now I'm painting them up because I possibly will use them. I did not do Armies on Parade. I know Mr. Father Gabe, shout out to him. He went out and did Armies Parade and got second with his 40K nicely painted army. Good job, kudos to him. Great job. We've got, I don't think what else we got going on. The expo, I didn't get a chance to go down the Games Workshop Expo like I was supposed to. Some family stuff happened and I've been out of commission. But a couple individuals that I got tickets for that went down there said they had a great time. I saw a lot of good pictures, so I can't wait to talk to them in person and see how things were, how they came out. But yeah, the meta's shifting, man. Everybody out there, you always, there's a point where people complain where it's kind of getting stale and you have the same armies showing up. Age of Sigmar's changed that. There's a lot of cool variations in that book now. With Ironjawz, or we'll say Orcs book came out. You got Maw Tribes coming out. You got New Death Army coming out. Every time an army comes out, it changes things. So you got to look at it. And there's always going to be a counter. So don't get mad if you can't. Oh, my dog's having fun rolling around real quick. So if it gets a little loud, it's just my dog. She's having fun. If you ever get upset because an army keeps beating you, it could be your natural counter. Look at the game objectively. Look at the models they're using. Look up what models hurt yours. Like, you just do some investigation. Play them a couple times. Understand them. Usually, if you can win out objectively by turn 3, you'll usually win the game in the objective side of the world. Usually after turn 3, if you've been that good. If not, then it's a close game. I played in a tournament a couple weeks ago, first one in a while. 2,000 points worth of Ironjawz. I went 1-2. Played a really new guy with Beast of Chaos. Showed him some cool tricks. Helped him out. Learn, teach him some techniques and whatnot. Princess, hey, thank you. My puppy's just crazy right now. Then I played Jeff from Austin with his Corn, and it was a great game. I mean, I think I kind of first, basically in one turn, I killed 3 units of 10, killed some horses. I had him on the ropes, some bad dice rolling, good on him, bad on me, and then he ended up basically winning at the end. And then I played Brian from Austin too, and he was wearing Ironjawz, and I was rolling 1s and 2s, and he was rolling 6s, and it was 2 Ironjaw players smashing, and he just outrolled me like there's no tomorrow, which is fine. We had a good time playing though. Quick games though. Get a chance, get in the games, play test. But other than that, I don't know if I have any much for you. Just kind of dove in quick. Things have been out, so I don't want to beat a dead horse unless people have questions. The new death stuff's gonna be great. Like, that's gonna be cool to see what. Like I said, I'm all about what's in the book. How are they gonna play? What's their niche? We'll say. That's a big deal. Let's see, where's the box set? Let's go back. Let's check out the box set. I mean, just that box set alone. I mean, I don't know. The book of Feast of Bones, I can't wait to read and see what's in there. And, you got the tokens. Got cards for the units in the box. I just want to see the story, because they've been progressing the story, the Age of Sigmar. Now people were like, oh, they blew up the old world, but it's the old world, but it was just an age. Like, they're all ages, just like Bronze Age, Iron Age, freaking, Medieval Age, like Dark Age. It's just the same just things change. So I think these guys are gonna be crazy. I don't know. I'm looking for the caterpillar, the little catapult caterpillar looking thing. That's gonna be a fun model to see how that does. Yeah, I don't think I got much for you. It's kind of a quick show. Monday, gotta do some more schoolwork. School and all that. Yeah. Good. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think I'm missing anything. Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Well, once I figure out some more Ironjaw stuff, some good combos, of course, or a Chanter, +1 damage on a unit. That's just that isn't even a combo. It's like, oh, Maw Crusher, +1 damage all your stuff. Give the amount of +1 to his fists and tails. It's 3 plus the Maw Crusher. That's 4 damage, 8 attacks. 3 is -2. So, right there, the Rider was a 3/3 -1. And then you had damage on him. I mean, some cool things you do out there, guys. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else for you. Sorry, it's kind of quick, down, dirty. Yeah, that's all I got. So, I know the hobby's getting expensive. I know people out there are hurting sometimes for jobs and money, but do the best you can. Stay in it if you want. It's sanity sometimes. Do it for the hobby, painting, modeling. Do it for the gameplay. Just don't affect your community. If you're that rotten apple out there driving your community crazy because you're trying to abuse the rules or do things you're not supposed to and try to get over it on other people, that's not how the game is played. It's not how the game is meant to play. It's just two people playing a tabletop game, rolling dice, having a good time with your friends. That's what it's about. If you ever get a chance to come down during the Texas Master season, please stop by one of our GTs. You will freaking be amazed on how we handle ourselves and how we play as a community. We've made some strong bonds, and that's kind of what we do is we play because it's a fun game. We have some competitive players, don't get me wrong. So I'm not saying not play competitive, but you can have a good time and not be that guy. So please, check yourselves, check your opponents, check your army lists, check your rules, but make sure you do it for the community, guys. The community will be there as long as you make it there, and when the community starts tearing it away, it goes away. So, my last words of wisdom for you all out there in the world of the interwebs, across the ponds, up in the skies, underneath the waters. I'll be back with you when I can. And I appreciate everybody that's been on here. So, with further ado, this is Ski with FMP signing out. Have a good night, guys.